Toxic pancake. All right.
Toxic
Well,
pancake, go for it.
I was browsing Reddit at like 3 a.m. when I was manic and couldn't sleep, and I don't remember what this was, but I remember going, this would be perfect for this. All right. So on the r/RPG horror stories, the divination wizard who couldn't see their own demise. I've been a DM for years.
Scroll persons.
Oh, you've seen this one?
Keep going, keep going. This is
I'm
good.
interested. Yeah. I've been a DM for years, mostly for private online games. But when my last group fell apart due to the dreaded scheduling conflict monster, I turned to running games at my local game store. I've been doing it for about 2.5 years, and for the most part, it's been fine and a good mix of new players and casuals. Casuals and those rare, amazing players you wish you had at your own home table. But as anyone who DM'd in public knows, you have to take the good with the bad. The Halfling Divination Wizard. I was running Keep of Shadowfell, just swapped out 4e into 5e monsters, and since my store uses drop-in, drop-out system, the party changed every week. The only constant was this one problem player. Other players had the luxury of switching tables to avoid him, but I had to deal with him directly, and oh boy, did he test my patience. All right, so already off to a fucking smashing start. Imagine being stuck with the same guy over and over again.
Yeah.
In a whole group setting where it's like they swap out deliberately. The red flags right from the start. When he first joined, only 2 players had signed up, so I allowed him to run 2 characters to fill the table. Mistake number 1. His PCs were overpowered with high stats not possible in point buy, as every single stat was above 16. Management got involved and he was forced to redo his stats and whined the entire time. I love the idea that he's like made his character in the fucking like boss of a fucking tabletop store. It's just like, yo, bro, you can't do that. On his other character, you ask, a min-max paladin with overpowered stats that he designed for synergy with his wizard. His RP was primarily consisting of interrupting the 2 other players, hogging the spotlight, and had to be the main character in every interaction. The next session, my table was full of 6 players, and I denied his request to play 2 characters again. He got upset and started arguing about it, but I stood firm, denying the use of 2 characters, and that's when the real headache began. I cast Mold Earth and bury myself strategy. The divination had one favorite trick: dig a hole with Mold Earth, jump in, cover himself with dirt, claim he was completely safe and untouchable. That's fucking genius. Like what's wrong with that? I think that is fucking amazing.
It's
That
not.
is the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. Yeah, imagine you're big bad evil guy, amazing fucking set piece, and the guy just digs himself a hole. How can you touch him? He's safe. I love this guy. I'm on this guy's team right now.
But you can just get a shovel and dig the guy out.
Like, the guy's got time to do that. You're in the middle of combat. He's like, I'm just fucking hiding in the hole. This is genius.
Well, it's not even in 5.5 now anyway, so...
But wait, it gets better. He then claimed that his arcane eye, floating 30 feet above him, lets him see through it and can cast spells out of the hole. Now, I know what you're thinking. What the fuck? During the session, I was dealing with a loud table and a major boss fight, so I let it slip through the cracks. Mistake number 2. Later, I reviewed the rules and I realized Mold Earth does not make a safe bunker. If you bury yourself, you are restrained, blinded, and suffocating. Okay, I forgot about that part. And 3, Arcane Eye does not let you cast through it. The next session, I shut it down immediately, and I told him this. You're in a hole, you can't move, and you have dirt on you. So you can't cast a spell, you can't even see. You're suffocating. Arcane Eye isn't a portal, you can't cast through it. And that really pissed him off. His favorite exploit was gone. Yet when I ask him where it is in the 2014 or 2024 Player's Handbook, it is stated nowhere. The homebrew NPC takeover attempt. Since he couldn't abuse Mold Earth anymore, he pivoted to that guy behavior.
Right, okay. So Arcane Eye, as you said, Mold Earth is just basically you just dig yourself up and just pop you in, and then you just like think. But like, I understand the requirements. Like, I understand having a full party and feeling like a full party, full table and stuff like that. But you shouldn't let a person just play 2 players just because there's only 3 people at the table. You just lower the monster's CR value and you just kind of like play it to the 3. Like,
that was the least of my concerns. I thought it was great he was in a fucking hole. That's funny. Yeah, up until the point where it's like, yeah, you suffocate and shit. I thought that was genius. If he could find a way to circumvent that, I'd be so down to let that guy dig a hole.
But and that's, once again, it's like a dependent on how you DM. Like, if you turn around and like that sort of thing and go, yeah, I'm fucking cool. That's thinking outside the box and all that sort of stuff. But then you just get aggravated by this an aggro guy who just wants to push your buttons continuously all the time.
Yeah, but I think the DM's in the wrong here because he let him do it once. Like genuinely, like he let him do the stupid dig the fucking hole thing, didn't check it. Like that's sort of a big thing, and then like he shouldn't have been a prick about it the next session. But in saying that, I would be going into it thinking, he let me do it last time. Why couldn't I do it this time?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
To
I'd
be
also
fair, his
say,
reaction to it was fucked. But like,
I'd say that it'd also be somewhat on the player, right? Because the DM or benevolent DM, right, or GM, whatever it is that title they want to go by, but they're not going to know every single spell, every single aspect of every single character, nor should they have to. Like, you as a player should be looking at to do some awesome stupid shit that's awesome, but within the realm of what it can do. Like, as he said, like, what was it, Mole Earth or something?
Mold Earth, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, mold earth. So you're not going to get in there and then have a completely like breathable space and you're fully covered and nobody can touch you, but then you can all of a sudden kill everybody else. Like, that's a little bit over the top.
Oh yeah, like the spells out of the eye, 100%. But I like the idea that this guy, right? He's like gone to his local game store because he's like maybe struggling to find like a team of himself, like he could play with. It's like, all right, I'll go to the game store. I'll play their local D&D nights, right? Goes in, and then the first sign of combat is like, I'm digging a hole and I live here now. And like, that's his first interaction. It's fucking dumb. I love it.
But think of this now. So, like, he could have done it in a certain way. So he could have mold earth and just put a shield up in front of him, got his familiar, and cast spells through his familiar.
Yeah.
And you can't.
Yeah, but he didn't. He hid in a hole.
No, but you can ways around it if he'd worked out his thing. But what I generally say into my party is like, if I will allow you to do it, but I'm just going to read the rules later on and I'll get back to you next week. But for now, do it and we'll just rectify it later. Not a drama.
So can you play Minecraft with a divination wizard? Like, in theory, right? If he had like couldn't do enough of the spells, could he make a little fucking house with like a little hole and shit, and like shoot a bow out or something?
Mold Earth, I think Mold Earth. There is no Mold Earth anymore. In 2024.
No, probably not.
Mold Earth.
Yeah, the idea of Mold Earth was like it's a barricade, right? Like a projectile's coming at. It's like quick Mold Earth, and it's like take some of that, right?
I don't know. So Mold Earth spell. There we are. You choose a portion of dirt, but it's only a 5-foot cube. See, and but he was a halfling, so he's like a 3-foot guy.
True.
So it takes one action. All right. You choose a portion of dirt or stone that you can see within range. See, I'd be okay with the stone, digging out a bit of stone and stepping inside the stone, because obviously with the earth coming down on you, it's going to suffocate you. You can
I think that's why it's funnier. Like he's in the hole dying.
There we are. If you target an area of loose earth, you can instantaneously excavate it, move it along the ground, or deposit it in a 5 foot away. This movement doesn't have enough force to cause damage. The cause, shapes, colors, or both to appear of dirt or stone. Spell out words, create an image and shape and patterns that changes last for 1 hour. If the dirt or stone you target is on the ground, you can cause it to become difficult terrain. This doesn't say anything.
It's also a cantrip.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was a spell.
It's it's a cantrip.
Nah, this guy's hype. I like the idea that he just built a hole and died in it.
But I like the DM kicking back and going, look, mate, this isn't gonna happen. Because like
not again.
it can get a bit too much where he comes in and then shit just gets more stupid and sillier and sillier and sillier, and then it affects other people then.